Thin privilege is a thing. Is it now? Is it? You don't say.
Oh, look, it's someone who's never been overweight a day in their life and doesn't even understand what thin privilege is. But I will tell you that I have lived life in a larger body and in a smaller body, and people were very kind to me when I was thin, and then I gained weight, and the way people treated me was extremely different. So, thin privilege is a thing. You should educate yourself about it and be a better human being to people who are bigger than you are.
Okay.
Are you crying? Are you crying?
Okay.
There's no crying in baseball!
Okay. Well, thin privilege, is it a thing? Let me tell you a little bit. Let me tell you a little story about why these people think that it's a thing. If you're fat and you're miserable and you're unhealthy, you're fat for a reason. You're eating garbage foods. You're not taking care of yourself, right? If you eat shit, how many of you used to eat shit? You weren't all right upstairs. You weren't right in the head. Oh, I got a soundbar for that. You weren't right. You weren't right in the head, were you?
I didn't like him anyway. He wasn't right in the head.
It affects your mood, all right? Depression, mental instability, directly related to the gut-brain axis. It's tremendously important, the food quality and what you choose. If you feel like shit and you don't like the way you look, you don't like yourself, you don't like the way you look, you think you look like shit, you feel like shit, you hate yourself, guess what? You're going to project that into the world. You're going to get back what you put in. It's very much like that. If you walk into a room where you're nice to people, right? If you are the beacon of joy and you're really friendly, hey, trust me, people are going to respond. Have you ever tried that? If you talk to people, if you're in a good mood or someone comes in the room and they're really excited and they're smiling and they're blah, 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 it changes the room. Everyone else gets a little bit more excited. It's infectious. So if you are happy, if you're confident, if you feel good about yourself, you're going to project that into your interactions. You're going to feel better. You're going to perceive things in a more positive light if you're happier with yourself and you're happier with who you are and what you do. So if you feel good about yourself, what happens, and the problem is that as humans, we assume that everyone else thinks the way we do, that everyone else has the same information that we do, which is obviously not the case. A lot of people in this world are completely punched out. They have no idea what's going on. They don't have the information you do. So of course their worldview is different because they don't understand what's actually happening. Okay. If you are miserable, you're going to project that own misery and self-hatred into other people's minds. I hate myself. I'm embarrassed. We hear this all the time when people go to the gym or they're embarrassed to go to the gym. And maybe you had this experience yourself. If you're embarrassed to go to the gym because you don't like yourself, let's say you're obese. Okay, granted, you're obese. You think everyone's going to be looking at you. You hate the way you look. Oh my God, everyone's going to be looking at me. Everyone's going to be making fun of me. When in reality, they're focusing on themselves. They're seeing you and thinking, oh, that's awesome. She's coming here getting after it. What better place to be obese than in a gym, taking care of yourself, okay? So you might think that everyone thinks, oh my God, look at that fat person who doesn't know what they're doing. I would say 99% of the time, someone's saying like, look at them getting after it. Good stuff. And that's all they're thinking. If they think anything at all. People have eyes in their head. They're seeing things. Sure, they see someone but everyone's in the gym there to improve themselves. Very rarely is someone going to be like, oh my God, look at that fat fucking talk shit to you. Like that's much more rare than people would imagine. But they project that. So if this person, hey, I was in a larger body and I was in a smaller body or a thinner body, why would you choose to be fatter? Why would you choose to be fatter? When I was fat, people were meaner to me. Most people that are fat are fucking miserable. They hate themselves. So of course they're going to project their own insecurities into other people's minds. And then it's going to filter and color and shade every interaction that they have with other people. Okay. And when I was thinner, people treated me differently. It's probably because you actually felt more confident. And some people are assholes too, right? You can't judge everything about it. Some people are assholes. And maybe you're one of them. A lot of people are mean to themselves. So they think that other people are mean to them too. And if you're going to be a victim, what do victims do? What do victims do? They look for things to be the victim of. They project that victimhood into the world. So everything is a microaggression. Oh, they're mean to me. Do you see them look at me? Do you see that person look my way? Oh my God. And someone else will be like, no, I didn't notice that. You've been around people like that. Some people think that everyone's out to get them. Everything that someone does, oh, they did that for a reason. They did that because I'm fat. They did that because blah, 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 blah. The doctor put me on a scale. Oh my God. It's fat phobia. Doctors have been weighing people since like the beginning of being a doctor. They've been weighing people since weighing was a thing. Oh my God, you magically gained 30 pounds in the last 3 months. Maybe you have a tumor. Maybe something serious is going on. The doctor's not fat phobic. They're just taking a metric to get an idea of where you were to where you are. If you haven't been to the doctor in a year and you gained 50 fucking pounds, that could be the sign of a major health event. It's definitely a major detriment to your personal habits, but it could be fucking like, it could be a major, major, major organ failure or something. Okay, let's move on. Crybaby's going to cry. And remember, if you're a victim, everything is going to be attacking you. Okay, that's the problem with victimhood and safe space culture. If you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. If you're a victim, everything is out to get you. Everything is, there's a chair. Oh, there's a chair with arms on it. There's a chair with arms on it. The chair manufacturer is fat phobic. A clothing store doesn't have your 5XL size. Oh my God, they're fat phobic. The material, the shirt that is made with 3 times the amount of fabric is $1 more. Oh, it's a fat tax. I've been looking at cars. All right. If you're gonna go buy a Toyota Corolla, it's gonna be a lot less than a Ford, like an F-350. Okay. You're buying a much bigger thing with much more horsepower, bigger engines, more materials, X, Y, and Z, right? No one's shocked that if you buy a SUV, oh, that's more expensive than an economy car. Okay, so more material. It's going to cost more. Oh my God, that yacht is more expensive than a rowboat. It's the same thing. Same concept. All right, people that cry about everything are going to cry about everything. They're going to find something to blame their problems on. Or you could stop eating cake, eat quality food, go to the fucking gym and stop crying, right? You can stop crying. You can stop crying. You can stop crying.
Now, once you've had sex with the woman, she will naturally start to depend on you, okay? All women do this.
All right, pick a number 1, 2, or 3. Everyone in the chat is like, yeah, I've never experienced that. People hate themselves. It's unfortunate that people hate themselves. It's unfortunate. But that's why we're saying don't hate yourself. Exercising, taking care of your body, as a byproduct, you'll lose fat. You'll lose fat. It will come off over time. Losing weight, intentional weight loss is fat phobic. No, it's not. No, it's not. What you should be focusing on is that being the side effect of positive habitual change. And then that fat wouldn't exist and then you have nothing to complain about. So if you don't change, which is a lot easier, change your hashtags, blame the world for your problems, you don't have to put in any work and you get instant brownie points. Oh, you're so brave. You're so brave for being morbidly obese. Ah, the bravery of eating a box of donuts. So brave.